Welcome to New Business on Main Street with Russ Johnson. It's where social media meets millions of today's consumers. The Entrepreneur Business Strategy will reach over 200 million Americans this year. If moving goods and services is important to you, then you won't want to miss this information on the techniques, skills, and strategies that will increase your bottom line. Get ready for super profits to be made with entrepreneur marketing. There are 92 million millennials in the United States, meaning those born between 1980 and the year 2000. They will take over the leadership of major corporations in the next few years. These future captains of industry are convinced that entrepreneur marketing is the smart way of doing business. It's where entrepreneurship meets millions of today's consumers. So sit back, relax. It's time to learn how to take advantage of this strategy in today's economy. Now, here's Russ Johnson.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to 94.3. Is that right, Freddie?
4.3 and 1230 WBZT.
I love it. See, he's right on target. He's good.
Gotta do both, baby.
Gotta do both.
How are you, Russell?
Fine, Freddie. You had a good week?
Fantastic week.
Okay. And business has been going booming, up and away?
Yes, business is doing very well, thank God.
But we want to talk about people because there are a lot of people who would want to join you, you know. I mean, who doesn't want to be on video and television?
Everybody likes the camera.
Everyone wants to be a superstar, right? And you can do that. You can help them to become a superstar.
Yes, we can put them in position to be on screen, on TV, or radio.
Okay, all right. And a lot of people who are in business and have businesses can get on radio and television and talk about their business each and every week, and he can organize that for you.
That is correct. We can put a plan together. We can put them on TV. You can put them on radio TV. You can put them on regular TV.
So you can do the whole thing, simulcast.
We could do the whole thing in different states, on regular ION. We could do it. It depends on what your desires are. We could put you anywhere.
Oh, man.
As a matter of fact, your show today is going to be playing in Atlanta.
Is that right?
2 stations in Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Man, Stone Mountain, Georgia. Okay.
That's right. You got a lot of fans up there.
Is that right?
Yeah. Washington is where you're from, though, right? Maryland?
Yeah, Washington, D.C. and Baltimore.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking for a place to put it up there because I think a lot of people say, hey, look, it's Russ Johnson back in the air.
He's back with us again.
He's back. Everybody run. Everybody run.
Run. Not on the air again.
I heard you were a terror when you were younger.
Well, we won't go there.
I seen the pictures.
You see the pictures. Lisa, thank you very much for joining us. Let's switch subjects now. Hey, Freddie, for those individuals who may be listening now and may have to go somewhere, what numbers could you give them to contact you about radio and television and being on the air?
Well, if they want to be part of the AMP family, you can call us at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422, and we'll get you started at 1/3 the price of Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
You had to say that.
That's right. You know, I get mad, Russell, because when I was doing this, Connecticut School of Broadcasting wasn't even born.
Yeah, but you know the guy who started Legends 103, whatever it was. What's his name?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. All right. No, you don't want to give
But
him
yes, I know who he is. I know him exactly who he is. And what he does now, he teaches you how to be in front of a mic.
Well, he's been doing it for 40, 50 years.
He has.
Yeah.
But this television radio stuff
it's
that
changed.
we do.
It's changed.
Because you can go to amp2.tv and see the show.
Right.
You can see the archives.
Mm-hmm.
You can move it around because film is heavy. You got to move it around with YouTube and everything else. We've been doing it 7 years. When I did it, he wasn't doing this.
Okay. So.
But everybody tells me about the great Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Well, Dick Robinson.
You know, Linda, I didn't want to say the name. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right. Give him a little PR. He's been out there for.
I don't need to give him PR because they are teaching a class on what I've learned by myself.
Of course. But listen, we're all on the same Titanic.
J-O-B.
We're on the same Titanic. Come on.
See, that's what I like about Russell. He even makes the Titanic look fun.
Lisa, sorry about that.
No problem.
But Lisa's with us today, and Lisa, tell them who you are, and you were in business, and tell them what you do, please.
Okay, hi, I'm Lisa Dwoskin. I owned a spa and a health club, salon, wellness center for about 13 years. And I started as a personal trainer, life coach, and just helping people learn how to work out, exercise. And now I wrote a book on mind, body, spirit transformation of how people need to work on not only their bodies, but their mind and their spirit to be more balanced and centered, to be able to do what it is we're talking about, finding your path, your destiny, to be able to succeed at whatever you want to do.
Wow. So you started from scratch to build your business. Let's talk about your business. How did you do that? What prompted you to even want to get into the field that you did?
Well, I've always been into fitness since I was about 17, teaching fitness. And my dad's a huge businessman in the car industry, auto part industry. And he taught me ever since I was probably about 7 years old the business ethics and to work for whatever it is you want in your life, and to be very driven and go after whatever it is you want.
Wow.
So when I got into the fitness field, I told my dad, I think right after college, about 22 years old, I wanted to own a gym. So he gave me a timeline of 10 years to learn everything there was about the gym industry before I would go ahead and open my own business. So, which I think is very smart, because too many people open a business, have no clue what they're doing, and then fail within the first year.
Or two.
Yeah, exactly. Or 6 months. Or 3.
Or 1 month.
Or 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 days. So what I did was I learned every aspect of the fitness industry. And before I graduated college, which I had a degree in psychology, also exercise physiology, so I think I could work with people anywhere. But anyway, the point is I worked for my father's business, which is a huge business. He would make me work in the warehouse and pack boxes, and then the computer department, and then every facet of his business before I thought maybe I would want to...
Well, that was smart.
Yeah, before I would run his business, which I didn't want to do. But that's the key, I think, to people, to any kind of advice I can give anyone, whatever it is they want to do, not only learn the top CEO's position, but learn every position in the business so you can never not do anything in it.
So he made you do all of that.
Yeah.
As on-the-job training. So you were there. That was great.
Yeah.
Excellent. So when he gave you 10 years to do your homework,
Yeah.
to figure out whether you really want to do this or not,
Right.
and then you got in. How did you get started then after 10 years of study and
Well,
research?
I then decided I wanted to open a small gym.
Okay.
And I happened to be teaching at a gym in Weston, in Florida here. And there was a man named John Bosu, who was a football player, who took over my location. And I was teaching spinning one day, and they all of a sudden said he backed out of the location, which it was going to be a wellness center, a gym, a spa, and a salon. And although I've worked in every facet of a spa and a gym, I never worked in a salon or owned a salon. But I figured, let me go and take a look at it. So we negotiated the deal. My father helped me. And my father warned me to take it over because it was much bigger than I wanted. It was actually 17,000 square feet instead
Holy
of
mackerel.
5,000 or 3,000.
17,000. That's
17,000.
tremendous.
Huge.
That's a warehouse.
Yeah, it was huge.
And there was going to be a gym that big, or did you
no,
put
it
a
was,
school
it was
in?
zoned for a spa, a
apartments?
gym, and a salon. So now not only did I take over one business, I opened up 3, because I had a spa, which is a business in its own, a salon for hair and nails, and a gym. So my dad, although he supported me, warned me, you're taking on a huge entity here, and are you ready? And I said, yeah, I'm ready. This is what I want. He groomed me since I was probably 10 years old. So how did I do it? I don't even know. I think it was the universe and God putting it all together for me.
You got some help from
No,
Dad.
I did it myself.
But
pretty
didn't you have a
much.
husband?
Yeah, well, my husband at the time was my boyfriend.
But didn't he help you?
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
was in the Marines, and he had worked in gyms.
Okay.
So he was a bodybuilder, and he helped me with the fitness aspect of putting the gym together. And with my business sense, I put together the whole spa salon. I actually designed the whole building. It was a shell. And I honestly don't even know how that happened. I could tell you, I feel that when you're on the right path in your life and you're so driven and you have this passion, the universe really does help you put everything together.
Get that mic a little closer to you. Let me ask you a question. The salon business, was it successful?
Yeah, to a point. I hired someone that knew about hair to help me,
Because
but
that's
not really a
tough
manager.
business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it was
had a
very
salon
small.
business in New York. Don't ask. Don't ask, Russell. Don't look at me.
Oh, okay, all right.
It was horrible. It was the hardest thing. And then I'm a male in a female entity.
So it was like teaching kindergarten.
It was horrible. It was no
like-
they were teaching me.
A head stylist who helped me, but I had 5 stylists working. It wasn't that big. That part was about 800 square feet, but still
So
5
it's
hair
big.
and nails. So it was. We did about 30,000 a month. It was
Wow,
pretty good.
that's serious. That's
30,000 a month, but it was okay.
It was,
Well,
it was
no,
fair.
my whole business did about 1.5 million a year, so I did pretty well.
Hey, not too shabby.
Good thing she didn't know what she was doing, right?
I know, right?
If she knew what she was doing, she'd be dangerous.
No,
She'd be out of business.
I think that there's an innate ability that you're born with. And I think that I'm not too sure if everybody could run a business of that magnitude. I think you have to have, you have to know how to handle stress. You have to know how to multitask. And you have to have common sense and business sense. And although I have a college education, I think the business sense came from learning
father.
from my father, but
Right.
it's also something that you're kind of born with, being aware and not having blinders on throughout your life.
Well, she has good business ethic,
Right.
and she's
Yeah.
willing to learn. You're willing to educate
Well, she
yourself.
was willing to learn when she was 7 years old.
Yeah, I never went to camp with my friends. I always worked for my dad.
Well, see, she was, look, what the mind can believe and conceive, you can
It's
achieve.
so true.
Okay, so it was always in her mind.
How come it's never in my mind?
Because you haven't decided you're going to be on you have your own network of radio stations across the country, have you?
Yeah. I can't believe he brought that out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Russ Johnson, New Business on Main Street. He's doing this because a couple of weeks ago, he came into the radio station. We're at a different station. We do some other work together.
Right.
And he said to me, wouldn't it be great when you find your own station? Now, I didn't wake up and say, I'm going to have a radio station today.
Yeah.
I get a phone call that afternoon, and they're offering me a station up in Orlando. So I said this to him. He says, well, what are you waiting for? He says, Russell, what do I know about owning a radio station? He says,
But
what
you learn, of course.
Oh, yeah, now I got it in stereo here.
You jump in with both feet and you do it, and it works out.
You might as well, but everybody else does it.
And you do know about
Of course he
radio
does.
stations.
I
You
do.
know
It's the
everything.
fear. You know, fear holds you
That
back.
was what I was just going to say. That's the biggest
The
point
fear
of my
and
book.
apprehension.
Fear.
Fear, apprehension, and doubt.
Yes.
Come on, no, you can't doubt yourself. Just go for it.
Well, after hearing this story, I'm going to call him when I get out of here.
Well, you know what? I'm so glad you two brought that up, because as a little girl from my father, I was always taught never have fear, and I can tell you that was everything. I never doubted for 1 second that I can do it. Never. Like right now, I know that my book's going to be successful. I'm writing 2 more books. I know I'm going to be sitting next to Oprah Winfrey talking to her one day about.
Well, you know,
my
we could
book.
put you on the Oprah.
Oh, yeah,
on the
I would
Oprah.
love
Well, we
to
can
be.
give you your own show. Come on, Oprah.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
passe.
wanna do
She's a
that.
nice person.
I love her.
We'll come back and talk about that in a minute. And I think we're coming up on the break. Hey, this is New Business on Main Street. I'm Russ Johnson, and this is 94.3.
The longer I live, the more I realize the importance of attitude on life. Attitude, to me, is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the new string we have, and this is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitude. Charles Swindoll. Be your own boss, own your own successful business marketing empire, and enjoy the financial freedom and flexibility to retire in a 3 to 5 year period of time. Don't let anyone steal your dream of financial security and independence. Personal development is at the core of successful people engaged in entrepreneur marketing. It will help you develop a healthy dose of self-esteem and self-image. Know that what you think about, you bring about. You are a co-creator of your environment. Your mind is the master power that makes it possible. Success with entrepreneur marketing is a mindset. Steve Jobs described it this way: life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, that everything around you that you call life was made up by people no smarter than you. The minute you understand that, you will never be the same again. This is New Business on Main Street with Russ Johnson, where you can learn the strategies needed to be a successful business entrepreneur. Want to learn more about the opportunities entrepreneur marketing can show you to help you be successful? Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Once again, here is Russ Johnson.
Okay, back here on 94.3 with Lisa. Hey, thank you very much for joining us. I mean, what a story. What a story. So, before... we'll come back with the Oprah in a bit, but when you put all this together, you had 2,000 persons, members, clients, 65 employees, making better than $1 million a year. Very successful. I mean, you were living high on the hog, so to speak.
Well, the expenses were way up there.
But you still enjoyed life.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I worked 80 hours a week, too.
Oh, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Okay. 80,
And raised
90,
2 kids.
And raised 2 kids.
Yeah.
You were busy.
Very.
So, I should say, where are we now? But we won't
let's go into it.
Okay. So, you did that for how long?
13 years.
13 years. Okay, where are you now?
What happened?
I'm in a much better place.
Okay, I heard that. No more 80-hour
I'm
week.
happy. No, I work. I've always worked hard.
Oh, okay.
I'll always work hard. Where am I now as far as financially?
No.
The business.
The business.
Oh, so I sold the business 2 years ago.
Okay.
Because it just became...
Are we on mic? Is our mic good? Mic good?
It
Okay.
just became too much for me.
Okay.
And I felt that I wasn't happy because I love fitness. I'm so passionate about helping people get fit, get healthy. That's why I opened the business.
Okay,
and I did that during the time. But the bigger we got and the harder it got, I was behind closed doors worrying about all the bills, the bookkeeping. I pretty much did all that myself.
Right.
So I lost the passion of being with the people and teaching them exercise, and so I ended up getting a couple of partners that didn't work out, and then I ended up selling it. So I got the partners in 2011, and I sold it the end of 2012.
And you are happy to be out of it?
So happy.
Okay, fine.
So happy.
What are you doing now, then?
I am now a full-time life coach and personal trainer.
Okay.
So I'm doing everything I did in the business, but I'm freelancing, doing myself with zero overhead and pocketing all the money, which is great, and helping people and doing what I love to do.
Okay. So what do you help them to do? You help them to lose weight, you help them to exercise, you help them to what?
Yeah, I can take anybody from a person who wants to lose 10 pounds to a 500-pound man who I am actually training right now, to a person who wants to kill themselves and is unhappy, to why they're unhappy. I have a degree in psychology as well as exercise physiology. So I think that I help people transform their lives from the inside out.
So, a person like me, I need help. Can you help me?
Lots of help.
What do you need help? You look pretty good. You look fit. You seem happy. What's the problem?
Mentally, I need help.
Yeah.
Russ is in the gym every day.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. You can tell because you're happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But so, if a person said to you, I need a coach.
Right.
I need to lose weight. I need to feel good about myself, my self-esteem, my self-image.
Right.
I need to look at the world through rose-colored glasses, or in a better way. I don't want to be negative anymore.
Yeah.
How would you help that person?
Okay, first thing I do, of course, is talk to them for an hour, the first session. just sitting and talking, what it is that is holding you back. And again, what we were talking about, fear. What are your fears? What are your passions? What makes you happy? What makes you unhappy? Probably 90% of the people don't even know. So then I tell them, I want you to start journaling every night. I want you to write down your feelings, whatever comes to your mind. Don't try to impress anyone, just write it down. And then I try to teach them how to meditate. And that's a big subject we can talk about.
That's a big one.
A big one.
Because people say, meditate. What are you talking about? I don't know how to meditate.
Yeah.
How would I meditate?
Okay. And I'm so glad you said that, because so many people think you have to sit in a certain position.
Lotus position.
Right, lotus, and go and start chanting and doing all these things that some people are very uncomfortable with. And it's not like that at all. Okay, you two are going to meditate with me right now. Ready?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, this is all you're going to do. Close your eyes for a second.
Can I do one eye closed, one eye open?
One eye closed. This is all I want you to do.
And the people who are driving, please don't do this.
No,
don't do this while you're driving.
Don't close your eyes and take 3 long deep breaths. That's all I want you to do.
Okay, like self-hypnosis.
And you're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. You're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And you're going to breathe it out slow for 5 seconds. So go ahead, now do it deeper. Breathe and hold it in, and then do one more. And then exhale. I like the girl behind the scenes over there is doing it too with us.
Oh, that's great. Well, she's brilliant. She's got
I like
a great
that.
mind.
Okay, now tell me, do you feel a little bit more relaxed or better?
I feel really relaxed. How much do I pay you for that?
Yeah. Now, right there, that was a meditation.
Is that right? All right, so your number is 571-354-7215, right? So people can call you, and you can teach them how to relax. And
I do coaching, one-on-one coaching.
Hands-on.
But the other thing I want the people listening to hear is all you have to do is Google guided meditation.
Okay.
Guided meditation. 2,000 different guided meditations will pop up. Pick a pretty picture, or whoever you like, Deepak Chopra, Oprah Winfrey, whatever. Pick one, put on your headphones, and for 10 minutes you listen to the person speaking. And what they're going to tell you is to relax your shoulders, what we just did. Close your eyes, breathe. And if people could find 5 to 10 minutes a day to do this, their lives will transform within a month to 3 months.
Wow.
Well, the nice thing, Lisa, is that you put a whole program together. You know, I go to a gym and I see barbells and I see machines.
Right.
Anybody can pick them up and push them and this and this and that, but if you don't do it correctly, you're really going in there and you're going to come out with sore muscles.
Exactly.
And then you're going to quit, which is the norm. You ever notice that people like to walking around and listen, I'm in the gym, you know, put a little sweat on, and then you never go back.
Yeah.
Because it takes work to do that. But when you have somebody that's teaching you how to breathe,
you need a coach.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Would you say that everyone in life needs a coach?
Oh, for sure. Even me, I train with a trainer.
Okay.
So as much as I can.
And if you don't have a coach, you're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really lost.
Right.
Because if you don't have a coach, you can't coach yourself.
Right.
It's difficult.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Very hard.
So you got to have a person outside of yourself, like they do in football and basketball and baseball and boxing and all that. You have to have a person to kind of look over your shoulder and guide you down that highway, that road where you want to go. So, and you'll be able to do that with people. Yeah. In terms of losing weight, exercising,
changing their lives.
Well, how would you help people change their
Well,
lives?
and what you were asking me before, if I was to take you and whatever you wanted to do.
Right.
So I would tell you to do the journaling, do the meditation. The last thing we would do is the exercise portion of it, which would be, of course, the second or third time. Then I would teach the client how to exercise. And then once a client does the meditating, they're changing their mind, they're exercising their body, so they're getting physically fit, then they're transforming the outside, the way that they look, their health. They're transforming the inside, the way that they feel, and therefore you transform your life for the better, and you have longevity of life and healthier way of life.
Wow, yeah. Would you recommend any books?
Yep, Lisa Dwoskin, Metamorphosize.
Oh, let's talk about that book. What's
start
in
with that book.
Let's talk about that book.
Okay.
Why did you write that book, and what's in it?
Okay, I wrote the book because, like we were talking about my business, it got so stressful that what happened to me is my health started really getting affected. I ended up having heart surgery because I wasn't getting enough oxygen to my brain from a hole in my heart that they didn't know was there, as big as it got. And the more stressed I got, the worse it got. Then from competing, like I was telling you about earlier, when I did competitions, my organs got affected to where a doctor told me, Lisa, if you keep lifting as heavy as a man, your organs are collapsing and you're going to have surgery, which that happened.
How old were you, Lisa, when you were competing?
The heart 25 to 30.
Wow, you did it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you have this up on the website, her picture?
She has a ton of pictures.
Where would they go to look at you?
Body by Lisa on Facebook. BBL Fitness is where I have everything on
BBL Fitness.
Yeah.
And they can see who you are and what you look. I'm looking at this. You were really in good shape.
Oh, I still am. My abs still look like that.
Oh, okay.
That was like 2 years ago.
Is that right? Fantastic.
You used to look in
Wait,
good
you
shape.
don't still look good?
I can't. But see, this is almost like no clothes on here. I mean, I can see.
I have clothes on.
She's wearing a bikini.
Everywhere I go, people tell me, lift your shirt. Let me see your abs. It's true. They still look like that.
Okay, lift your shirt. Let me see. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but anyway.
And were you a champion, Lisa?
I won a couple of trophies.
But you had to go through a lot of trauma to do this.
So much.
All right, talk about this. I mean, we see people who look like this.
Yeah.
And they look like, wow. I mean, but what did you have to do to look like this? Tell me.
You have to work out super hard.
Super hard.
Which right now people think I still work out like that, and I don't. It's totally different. You work out probably 2 to 3 hours a day when you have to compete.
Wow.
And you really don't eat a lot. Well, you do like the first couple months. The month before a competition, you're really depleting your body, not only of food, but of nutrients, of water. I almost overdose on potassium.
Wow.
Because you got to play with your potassium and your salt. And
but why do you have to stop eating? I mean, obviously you want to look thin.
Well, no, you don't really stop eating. You just don't eat a lot of fat.
Okay.
So you're losing
carbs.
So much.
So that the muscles begin to show more?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you get your body fat so low that as a woman you don't have your menstrual period anymore, which is very unhealthy.
So you have about 5% body fat?
No, like 10%.
But 10%,
for
I mean, it looks
female.
really...
A male would have about 5.
About 5% body fat. But you have to, Jesus, you don't eat?
No, it's so unhealthy. So all these things were happening, and I was looking great on the outside, but inside I was not feeling good, and I was overworked, stressed out, really hurting my body. So when I finally started, like what we were talking about, meditating, and then I was looking within myself, I had this surgery with the organs collapsing. It was a 5-hour surgery, and I had a 3-month recovery. I could not exercise. And when I realized that I escaped with exercise, I use exercise almost like a drug to help me escape reality of my marriage failing, my business failing, a whole bunch of...
So you've been through some trauma.
Yeah, and that's what the book is about. How...
Okay, we have about a minute, and then we will come back and talk about that book, because that's really, I mean, this is key.
Yeah.
That you have gone through some trauma, tremendous experiences, so you can help others who may be approaching that.
Exactly.
And to avoid that.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa, your number here is 571-354-7215. Again, that's 571-354-7215. And we'll be back in just a moment, right here on The New Business on Main Street, 94.3 FM.
The longer I live, the more I realize the importance of attitude on life. Attitude, to me, is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the new string we have, and this is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We're in charge of our attitude. Charles Swindoll. Be your own boss, own your own successful business marketing empire, and enjoy the financial freedom and flexibility to retire in a 3 to 5 year period of time. Don't let anyone steal your dream of financial security and independence. Personal development is at the core of successful people engaged in entrepreneur marketing. It will help you develop a healthy dose of self-esteem and self-image. Know that what you think about, you bring about. You are a co-creator of your environment. Your mind is the master power that makes it possible. Success with entrepreneur marketing is a mindset. Steve Jobs described it this way: life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, that everything around you that you call life was made up by people no smarter than you. The minute you understand that, you will never be the same again. This is New Business on Main Street with Russ Johnson, where you can learn the strategies needed to be a successful business entrepreneur. Want to learn more about the opportunities entrepreneur marketing can show you to help you be successful? Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Once again, here is Russ Johnson.
And it's got to be the best program on the air, because we're talking about real life, and we are talking about, you have gone through some tremendous experiences that you can share with others. And now you're coaching others, you're mentoring others, and you're guiding them to a better way of life, to avoid going through what you have gone through. I mean, I'm not talking about the success part, you know, the big business and all the finery of life, but the trauma that you've suffered.
Yeah.
It's all in the book, is that right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the book. You wrote the book. Why? Why did you write the book?
Well, because when I was going through all these trials and tribulations, I had this awakening when I couldn't exercise and escape, and I was meditating, and I realized that I needed to make a change and feel happy inside, and I was being buried and burdened by so much negativity that I had to just make a change. And again, fear was holding me back.
Fear.
I had been separated from my husband 3 times. I knew I had to sell my business. So finally one morning, I think one evening in the book I talk about, I fell to my knees and really was praying like I've never prayed before. And I had like a overwhelming feeling. I woke up the next morning and I heard a song in my head. It's called "Don't You Worry, Child, Heaven Has a Plan for You." I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's on the radio all the time.
Quit singing for us.
No, I'm trying to think who sings it. Mafia something?
Well, your daughter could sing it for us.
Yeah, she could sing it.
All right, well, next time you have to bring her.
I knew that there was a plan for me, a bigger plan. So within a matter of 3 weeks, I sold my business, left my husband, and moved to another part of Florida. And I decided to write a book to heal myself. And Dr. Wayne Dyer is a big mentor. He unfortunately just passed, but he was a big mentor of mine, and I have read all his books.
Oh,
I
good,
highly
good,
recommend
good.
them for everyone.
So people who want to read your book, what would they get out of the book?
Well, when I just wanted to tell you how Wayne Dyer had told me, like, I felt he told me write a book with one of his emails. So I wrote a book about what I went through, all the trials and tribulations, and then how I dealt with the whole negativity and the whole stress of my life. So what I wanted to do was help others learn how to heal themselves and get through the stresses of life, which we all have. We all have something going on. So my book talks about my life, the first part of it, then talks about how people can help themselves by loving themselves and letting go of their fears and following their passions and knowing that there's a good path and a destiny for them. If they only quiet their mind and listen to their spirit, they'll find their way. We all do.
So we all have a purpose then?
For sure we do.
But how does one find his or her purpose?
By meditating and getting to listen within. We all have an inner voice, an intuition. Problem is, we're on our cell phones, we're on our computers, we're driving, we're working, we're not listening to what it is that really makes us happy. And that's why when I take on clients, I have them journal so that they get in touch with their feelings, journaling, meditating. Take 5 minutes a day to quiet your mind and figure out what is stopping you from moving forward and finding the path that will make you happier.
How would they get your book?
It's at Barnes & Noble's, Amazon, or I have my website, lisadwoskin.com.
Okay.
And I have a free newsletter on there giving people different pointers on exercise.
So
nutrition.
Lisa, Lisa,
DW, Dwoskin, DWOSKIN.com.
Okay, great.
That whole thing.
The
Yeah.
whole thing. Okay, all right. And the number is 571-354-7215.
And the number here, Russ, is 800.
Oh, somebody might want to call in.
Yes.
Okay.
800-889-0267.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call in and talk to Lisa or Freddie or me, then you can give us a call, 800-889.
889-0267.
Hey, feel free to call in because this is an open program and we really want to get to the essence of things. We really want to help people to expand, improve, develop their power, their potential, and their possibilities. And that's why I talk about these kind of things. Now, in addition to reading your book, what else would you tell them to read?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Hay House. They have the best books, I believe, for self-help. And Louise Hay is wonderful. She writes that you could heal your mind, and she's thousands of books she's written. Abraham Hicks, yeah. Dr. Wayne Dyer, Marianne Williamson, Chris Carr, Gabrielle Bernstein. They're all there. It's all about mind, body, spirit transformation, self-love.
Okay, and then Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is a big one.
Great
book. The magic of thinking big, and all of those.
Yeah, all of those are great books.
So, and you say that you don't watch Jerry Springer too often.
No,
okay.
God, no.
Okay.
I don't even like watching the news.
Okay.
Too depressing.
I know, right? It is.
So, what do you do in terms of getting your mind prepared?
Okay, I'm glad you said that because in my book, I give people homework assignments. And what I believe is when you wake up in the morning, open your eyes and thank God for being alive. Just be grateful that you're alive and you didn't pass away in the night. And so gratitude is huge. Throughout the day, I like to read positive affirmations. Louise Hay has many books that every day you can read a different positive affirmation. Get on Facebook and find positive quotes that you can read. And then throughout your day, when you're going to buy a drink or going to get gas, smile at the attendant, say how pretty she is, or her nails are nice, or make people feel good, and that'll make you feel good. Do good things for people. And then at night, before you go to bed, do not watch chronic negative news because you're feeding your brain with negativity. And then when you sleep, that's what you're going to be thinking of. Before you go to bed, if you're religious, read the Bible. If you're not, read something positive. Do something nice, something that makes you feel good. And the most important thing is to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, and love yourself, and be kind to yourself, and that's going to make your life a lot better.
And I think it's a good point because it talks about people are so unhappy right now.
Right, true.
In the creation of their jobs, and responsibility.
Stock market, the whole nine.
I mean, everything. Even the everyday grind. Let's go to work, 9 to 5 grind.
Right.
If you like yourself, if you love yourself, I think you can show and plug into that inner self that can change.
Right.
There's a little change in everybody. And if you have the desire and the will and the education I'm amazed at the books you guys talk about. I don't read books like that.
We'll give you some copies.
No, I understand.
She'll give you a copy.
I'll leave you my book.
I understand that. But what I'm getting, you see, one of the things I love working with Russ is that he brings an energy out of me that very few people forget about understanding it, but they can't do it. And I'm sitting here now with the two of you, and I feel that you can conquer the world.
Well, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I understand that, but a lot of people don't see that.
Right.
It's not part of their makeup.
Yeah.
Or they think it's not part of their makeup.
This book is titled what? As a Man Thinketh. Have you read that?
No.
Yeah. It's written by James Allen, way back in 18-something. But he has in the first part of the book, and there's a poem here, it says, your mind is the master power that moves and makes, and man is mind. And evermore you take the tool of thought in shaping as you will, brings forth 1,000 joys or 1,000 ills. Man thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but your looking glass. So where you are in life, you created it all.
Yeah.
Because of your thoughts, subconsciously or otherwise, or consciously, right?
And where you
For
aren't
sure.
either.
I'm sorry?
And where you aren't in life.
Oh, absolutely.
Is another
You are in charge
self-creation.
of your destiny.
That's
you are in charge of this life that you were born
For
into.
sure.
You are in charge. That's what I like what Steve Jobs said. Everything you see around you was created by somebody no smarter than you.
Yeah.
Once you understand that, then your life will never be the same again.
So true.
Right.
And
So-
it's just raising your level of conscious awareness and
Agreed.
being more mindful, living in the moment of now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, just being. And that really could help transform people and transform the world.
So you're going to get her ready to take Oprah's place. Is that what
She wants to meet Oprah.
Well, Oprah's a nice person. I mean, she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, because you worked with her, Russell. Why don't you tell us about that?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, I used to work in a lot of radio and television in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. And so back in,
A couple of years ago.
1972,
Right.
she was working at WJZ TV 13 in Baltimore, and I was at WBAL TV 11 as a newscaster.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't like her on the news
Yeah,
at that
I
point.
remember. I heard something.
So they put her on a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
A guy named Richard, what was his name? Richard, whatever was his name. They were doing a show together, and then she got moved from there to Chicago, and a
Yeah.
guy saw her, and he says, "You need a manager." The rest is history.
Wow.
She has made $1 billion so far.
Yeah.
But he managed her because she didn't know what to do to go to the next level. And he says, "No, you got to start Harpo. You got to be, you're in charge of this whole thing." And so the rest is history.
Right.
So having worked with her, it was just, in hindsight, I said, wow. She went on to make a lot of money, and obviously became and is a very famous person and a nice person.
Yeah.
And so she made $1 billion or more, Freddie, and I'm looking for another $1 million here. So we will.
And it's there.
She's helped so many people.
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. But
I
you
love
can
her.
too because of what you have gone through.
Yeah.
I was just
So-
going to say that, Lisa, your story is not from the basement up. I mean, you had a successful 3 businesses.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't say that Lisa was in the toilet.
Right.
No.
She didn't start out in the toilet.
No, not at all. No.
No.
Because her mind was created. She created in her mind when she was 7 years old where she wanted to go. They said that mind is the master power.
Yeah.
What the things you can think about, what you can believe, you can conceive, what you
Manifest,
conceive.
yeah.
You can make it happen in your
Exactly.
life, but you have to start thinking positively.
Well, in another chapter in my book, I talk about setting intentions and manifesting them. And by what we're talking about, the way you think, but you really, truly can manifest anything you want in your life by setting intentions and going for it. And for those of you out there who do want a business,
Yeah, the few who do want the business.
well, and we all want to make money, and this is another huge point. The people out there who really are so obsessed with becoming millionaires and making the money, they're not going to do it. The minute they let go of that obsession of becoming rich and do what it is that they're passionate about doing, they're going to be successful. And I don't mean to say anything negative about my dad because he's my mentor. I love him.
Right.
But when I wrote the book, he read the book and he said, "You know what, write another book because this book's not going to make money." And I told him, "I love you, Dad, and I know you're from the old school and it's all about making the dollar and supporting your family like we all do, but I don't care about making the dollar. Yes, I need to make a living for my family, and yes, I would like to be successful, but I care more about helping people than I care about the last dollar."
Absolutely.
And that's why I
Absolutely.
know I'll be
Absolutely.
successful because I'm not so worried about that.
Are we on a break at this time? Yeah, break, yeah. All right, listen, the number is 571-354-7215. Let's do it once again.
Yeah.
751, sorry, 571-354-7215. Call Lisa. She's a coach. She's going to help you lose weight, become a very positive person, achieve your goals, your objectives, your desires in this whole world. Thank you, Lisa.
thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
94.3 right here.
Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Calvin Coolidge.
Be your own boss, own your own successful business marketing empire, and enjoy the financial freedom and flexibility to retire in a 3 to 5 year period of time. Don't let anyone steal your dream of financial security and independence. Personal development is at the core of successful people engaged in entrepreneur marketing. It will help you develop a healthy dose of self-esteem and self-image. Know that what you think about, you bring about. You are a co-creator of your environment. Your mind is the master power that makes it possible. Success with entrepreneur marketing is a mindset. Steve Jobs described it this way: life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, that everything around you that you call life was made up by people no smarter than you. The minute you understand that, you will never be the same again. This is New Business on Main Street with Russ Johnson, where you can learn the strategies needed to be a successful business entrepreneur. Want to learn more about the opportunities entrepreneur marketing can show you to help you be successful? Go to newbusinessonmainstreet.com. That's newbusinessonmainstreet.com. Once again, here is Russ Johnson.
Hey, thank you very much for being here at 94.3. Lisa, Freddie. Freddie, you had a question on the break. What did you want to come back with?
Yes, what I wanted to point out two things is your dad actually did you a favor. I'm glad that he said that book wasn't going to make money, write another one.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't the intent of that book.
Right.
And what it is, Russell, is, and since I've met you, I've seen more and more that people, they don't understand what change means. Change doesn't mean I'm going to crawl up and die under a rock. Change can mean something good if you can find the good and push it out there. Tap into that. And I think you did that. You know, and every time I look at you, I look at polishing glass. You know, you were at the top. You had successful businesses.
Yeah.
Was it time-consuming, hard work, and everything else? Yes. It consumed you.
Right.
So you sidestepped it, you sold it, you're still doing your passion of what you love. But now you're doing it in a way that you like doing it at your pace.
Right.
And that's the whole secret to this whole thing, Russell, that you've been talking on now for a couple of weeks about how to enhance who you are and bring it forth and make your life better.
Right.
A prime example of that to you today.
Well, Lisa, I tell you, you've done a great job, and you're helping
you.
your kids, and you got this book out. And again, your website is what?
LisaDwoskin.com. DWOSKIN.com.
Now, do you meet people in the gym? Do you have classes? Do you do things for businesses? Do you do things for just individuals?
Yeah, I actually teach in Sunny Isles. I teach at the Trump, at Fitness Time, Premier Fitness. I do classes because I love it, and I'm damn good at it.
Okay.
There you go.
They love it, so I love it.
How do you find customers? I mean, people always, now we are talking about marketing. Marketing is key to everything.
Right.
I mean, obviously you did exceptionally well when you had the facilities. 2,000 people, 65 employees.
Yeah.
You did a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
Are you doing marketing now that you're an independent entrepreneur?
Yeah, I do all my marketing on social media.
Oh, you do?
Instagram, Facebook,
And that
Twitter.
works?
Yeah. I think that's the best. And for me, it's word of mouth because everyone knows me from the fitness industry.
Okay.
But I definitely think social media is taking over.
Oh, of course.
For sure. And the Hay House authors that I work with, that I mentioned earlier, Chris Carr and Gabrielle Bernstein, they're social media queens, and they're doing phenomenal reaching out to the masses. Yeah.
So you know how to tap into that marketplace with the millennials, with all the people out there who know how to. I can't even spell Twitter and all.
Oh, it's hard. It took me a while to get into.
Somebody, when I first was approaching this, somebody said something about YouTube, and I made a U and then a tube, and they said, "No, Russell."
Nice try.
Oh yeah, YouTube's everything. Yeah.
So do you do a lot of radio shows or television shows? Are you on there promoting your business?
Yeah, I am, but it's kind of interesting that you're asking. I do marketing, but this is another thing that I believe about the universe and your destiny, the path that you've chosen and God's chosen, or whatever it is you believe, your higher being. I'm not so obsessed with marketing because I know that it's going to happen, and I've learned how to develop patience, which I really never had in the past. The meditating helped me develop patience, and I'm just really not driving full force, because I know in time it's all going to pan out. Like I met you a couple weeks ago,
Right.
and you've already put me in touch with him and different shows, and I really appreciate it. I think
millions of people listening to you right now.
yeah, so I know it's all going to happen.
Hey, listen, don't
Yeah.
laugh, because every
No,
show
I'm
she's
just-
been on has done very well. Every show that she's been on, even at the other stations, has done very well.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, she has a
repeat
message.
Yeah.
I mean, who
Yes.
wouldn't listen to what she has to say?
Well, again, it goes back to putting your hands around the concept of change.
Right.
Can you, and she's a product of change. She has transformed her life, and she continues to grow, and she's getting bigger and bigger. The masses need more of you.
Yeah,
That's really what
I
it comes
agree.
down to.
I wish I knew how to get in front of everybody, because honestly, I would work probably 16 hours a day just to get my message out there to help people.
There's a lot less more strenuous ways of doing it. But
Well,
yes.
that's true.
But the bottom line here is that the more that people learn, and again, this is what I like about you, is that you put a plan into play. There are weights in there. Anybody can lift weights. But
Yeah.
you want to lift them correctly. You take care of the body, the mind, the soul. Everything is a package.
Yeah.
So the more positive you come, and then you watch people will change their attitude towards a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We had a gentleman in here. He was working at the station, and he left and decided, I'm going to go get a job out there because I believe in me now.
And that's great.
And that happened on one of the shows that he was doing, telling people that.
And that's letting go of fear,
There you
again,
go.
what we were talking about, and believing. Having belief in yourself, having belief in the universe and your destiny, and letting go of fear. No matter how fearful it is, to let go of fear, let it go, and it all does work out.
Yeah. And the people anybody out there who wants to touch base with you, obviously, again, your number is 571-354-7215. I go slow.
Yeah,
You know
no
why?
problem. Good.
Because
They'll hear it.
you're right. No, because sometimes I listen to commercials these days, and they say
Right.
1-800-478-8254.
Oh, yeah, you can't even
and I
get
go,
it.
come on, please.
Yeah.
I can't get that.
No, you're smart.
Well, thank you.
And Russell, we have 25 job opportunities.
Oh, okay.
They can call us at, no, I'm not going to read them. There's just too many. If they want to call, we'll give them the information we have for job opportunities.
So you have 25
Yes,
job opportunities.
25. They can call your number, or they can call
No, no,
866-224-5422.
Call you.
866-224-5422.
Yeah, there may be some people who really are looking for an opportunity to go to work and make some money. I kind of work out of my home, but anyway, he has 25 job opportunities.
Yes.
25.
Yes, I have 25 different jobs, or if you want to talk about doing something with AMP as well, but we have jobs, we're offering jobs like we do on every show. Russell offers people the opportunity for growth. Some people call, some people don't. Culligan's is another one looking to hire people. Ira told me to
mention it?
mention it.
Okay. Well, Culligan Water is 561-966-9333. Culligan
And they're
Water.
looking also for salespeople and what have you, tax and
And they're
everything.
starting at $40,000 up to $120,000 a year for
Yes.
people who want to
That's
become
good.
area managers with Culligan Water. And that's 561-966-9333. And here's a guy in Boca Raton. He is a CPA, and he says he's willing to train. Tax season's coming, right? Up until April.
That's right, it's
next month.
coming, baby.
And he says he'll train people to make $20 to $30 an hour. So you can always give him a call. Let me give his office number. It's 561-477-8099. That's 561-477-8099.
And ask for who, Russell?
Ask for Gary.
Ask for Gary.
Right.
Good.
And he'll help you get trained and work with him.
Can't say we ain't offering.
No. We got to spare the best. We have 5 minutes. And the next 5 minutes, what would you say, Freddie,
Uh-oh.
about you making people a star of stage, screen, and television? What would you say?
Well, now that Lisa's pumped up the volume here today,
He's going to make me the star.
I'm going to make Lisa the star. You know what I'm going to do?
I'm ready.
Lisa,
I'm ready.
we got to have a victim that we can
Hey, I'm
work
ready.
with.
Russell, we
I'm
got
all
to put
there.
Lisa on a station
Okay.
and let her bring in people that need her help or have used her services.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to take it viral. We'll put it on multiple stations and everything else. I think that the hardest thing is to gain people's trust. See, when I tell people this is a positive thing that you can do for yourself and your business. They think I'm selling them, and I'm not selling them. I put people on the air for free, and I've done that because I thought the message was strong. But in my business, if you want to be on the air, if you want to tap into something positive, if you want to do something that you've always wanted to do, you can do it. Just pick up the phone, 866-224-5422. Give me a call. And you've heard my productions. You've heard Eating Critique. You've heard The Morning Show here on BZT. You've heard 1470 down at Beasley Networks. I've done productions from here all the way to Boston. And people that were never in front of a camera, they're doing it now and they're living the dream. So give us a call.
That's excellent. Lisa?
Yeah.
2 minutes. Where do we go? What would you say? People need help now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I really want to get through to the people listening is look within yourself to find your happiness. Don't look for the perfect job. Don't look for the perfect marriage, the perfect spouse. Don't look for the last 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it is you're going to lose to become happy. Be happy now in the moment and love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Meditate. Listen to your inner voice. Be happy now. Don't wait, because you don't know how long you have here in this world. So be happy now and have a blessed day.
Okay.
That's about it.
So the people on Plenty of Fish and Our Time shouldn't be on there.
That's funny.
Because they're looking for people to save them.
Let me tell you, I have so many single friends that are obsessed with serial dating. I'm single, and I'm not even worried about it, because when it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
So you're not on Plenty of Fish?
No way. I go to the drugstore, the Publix, the gym. When God or their higher power of the universe wants me to meet the perfect man, I'll meet him.
So we shouldn't be looking for, I think this is it. That's it. That's it. That's all the time we have.
That's right, Russ. We're going to leave you with plenty of fish in the mouth. We're going to leave you that way.
All right. Hey, Lisa, thank you. Freddie, thanks for being here.
Thank
you. Hey, folks, thank you for
you
listening on 94.3, The New Business on Main Street. Thank you.
That covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever God may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. William Ernest Henley.
You've been listening to New Business on Main Street, a comprehensive show explaining how to turn yourself into a motivated earning machine. You have to change yourself into one, accepting the fact that if you want to get ahead in today's society, change must come from within you. Let Russ Johnson show you how some simple business techniques and seeing opportunities in today's marketplace can help you become a better entrepreneur and reach all the goals you ever dreamed of. Join us next time for another edition of New Business on Main Street with Russ Johnson.